This might very well be one of the most intriguing collections Kiko Milano has done this year so far. And we've had some really amazing, beautiful collections with really beautiful products. But when I went into store, I was shocked. Because if you kind of like follow Kiko Milano, if it's a brand that you're into, you know that they like to repeat themselves a little, repackage some formulas, just call it something a little different. But here I was swatching things and it all felt so different from anything that I've tried. And I have been reviewing Kiko Milano consistently for the past 2-3 years, I guess. So I bought a bunch of things from this collection. We're gonna try it out, we're gonna get into it. I'm so excited. Alright, so I haven't even said the name of the collection yet, but this is the Gloss Supreme collection. It is very glossy, it is very glowy, it is very balmy, truly glossy, heavy. Like, they went a step beyond what they usually do with their more cream products. Everything felt super melty. So that is something that you have to like. But we're gonna experience it. Alright, let's start with the makeup bag. I always forget to talk about the makeup bag, but this one you get for free if you buy 3 products from the collection, if I'm not mistaken. It is a super cute bag. I'm probably gonna give it away because I have so many bags, but it's a really nice one because it's a little bit more like sturdy. It keeps its shape, so you can also kind of like put it on your vanity with some things inside. It could be very like practical. And the next thing that I'm really excited about, this doesn't seem like a new formula. The rest of the things do seem a little bit like different for Kiko Milano. So I got the eyeshadow palette, the Gloss Supreme Gloss Dome Multifinish eyeshadow palette, and I got it in 01 Over Earth Reflections. The packaging of this is very interesting. It kind of seems like a packaging on top of a packaging. Like there is glossy red inside and then there is like see-through plastic around it. It makes it really hard to open. Like, oh, I think I got it now. Like, I've been opening this with tweezers, but now all of a sudden I am able to do it. So the colorway that I got is very kind of like cool toned, a little burgundy with a lot of like pops of lilac-y purple. The shimmers in this swatch amazing. The mattes also swatched very beautifully. Like, I touched this in store and I was like, yes, that is a good Kiko Milano formula. That is the formula that I want to get on my eyes. Like, these palettes, I don't feel like the total amount of grams in these is like very high. You do get a lot of shades. I feel like they are a little bit more on the expensive side, but I do feel like it is worth it when you have the good Kiko Milano formula. Like, the swatches were amazing. We're gonna do a look with that. Alright, a little zoom. I'm gonna put on some eye primer. There is also another colorway in this palette. I believe that one was a little bit more nude, maybe? Yeah, the other colorway is like warm tones, nude tones with a pop of pink, like fuchsia. Okay, what are we gonna do with this palette? I also have a liner that I want to use later. I think I'm gonna go and start out in the crease with this shade over here. And with some of these shades, like, I get that they want to do something interesting with the packaging and with the like the way the pens are placed in the palette, but some of these shades were a little hard to swatch, a little hard to reach, like a little hard to put your brush in. Well, that is nicely pigmented, like, ooh, that is pigment. This is that really kind of like soft Kiko Milano formula, quite similar. I think this is gonna be from the swatches to the eyeshadow formula in the Gold Reflections eyeshadow palettes from the collection that was before this one. This is a type of formula that Kiko Milano does a lot and that I do appreciate when they do it. It blends out really easily. It has a nice amount of pigment. The only thing that I would say that you have to keep in mind is that there's gonna be quite some fallout, like kick up in the pan. Like, not fallout on your face, but there's gonna be kick up in the pan. I am now gonna take this kind of like lighter taupey matte and I'm gonna put that more towards the inner part of the crease. Also very pigmented. And I'm gonna kind of like blend that over the other shade as well. Really pretty. And now I wanna go into... there are so many beautiful shimmers in this palette, but I think I'm gonna go into this one of these round shades. It's kind of like taupey, shiny. It has kind of like a deeper base and then a very shifty shift. It's not really like duochrome in a way, but in a way it is. It's kind of hard to describe. It seems almost like the shift is so cool tone that it's kind of like purpley. Let's apply. That is so pretty. I really love this shimmer formula from Kiko Milano. They just do it so well. Like a regular shiny shimmer, they do it really well if they want to. But I have to say, so far this year, I've had pretty good luck with Kiko Milano eyeshadow palettes. I feel like they have done a good job. And now I want to go into one of the more purple shimmers. And I think I want to go into this one. This seemed pretty like duochromy. It has more of a gray purple base and then it kind of shifts to a very pink purple. Why is there a cat hair here? Where did it come from? Okay. Well, let's apply more towards the inner part. I think it's going to be very like iridescent duochromy. It has almost a little bit of a powdery look to it, but it is quite nice and brightening. I think it's cute. And I personally don't get a lot of fallout with this if I just like tap them on with a finger. And that is what I usually do with my shimmers. I think that's a really cute look so far, but I do want to add a little bit of the other purple shimmer. I just have a feeling that that might even be like brighter. Yeah, that one has a little bit more of a brightness to it. Also really pretty. I think I'm gonna take that second purple with a pencil brush and put it in my inner corner and see if that is light enough. It might not be, then I have to think of something else. That one's really cute. I kind of wanted to take it a little higher, a little more blending around the edges. And now I'm just gonna take the taupey shade and this brown-esque shade on the lower lash line. So first the taupe and then that kind of deeper brown. Ooh, that's really pigmented. I just took the tiniest bit. That's very pigmented. And it's grabbing on to my lower lash line very well without any primer there. And now I think I want to add a little bit of shimmer. By the way, I could have used this as an inner corner as well. I didn't realize. I don't know, I totally didn't see that shade. I am gonna take this shimmer here in the middle on top. And I'm gonna put that on my lower lash line. Just right over here. Kind of crumbly. Be careful. Don't dig your brush in. Okay, I feel like that lower lash line really made this whole look come together. I am really happy about that. I feel like this is super cute. Alright, next product. I grabbed the Gloss Supreme Glow Ink Eyeliner. I grabbed it in the shade 03 Midnight Violet. I am kind of into the liners from Kiko Milano now. I'm intrigued by them because they had a liner in the Bridgerton collection that was so beautiful. That one was more multichrome. This one is more like a very shiny, kind of like, it has a shimmer to it, kind of liner. It's not really duochrome, but it has a shine to it. And I'm kind of like wondering, is it gonna be the same type of formula? Because the Bridgerton one, so beautiful, so pigmented, and in the swatch this looked really nice. So I want to just add this to the look. I'm gonna scooch a little closer and see how I feel. I don't use liner a lot in this way, but I do like it when it is a color like this. And I really love this kind of smoky purpley vibe, and yeah, it's really nice and pigmented. And I'm even like taking a little bit off the brush when I am taking the product. Like there's definitely enough on the brush. Okay, I'm not a professional when it comes to eyeliner, but I feel like that is looking like pretty good. Alright, so this is gonna be the eye look. I'm gonna put on some mascara. So this is a look with some mascara. I really like how this came out. I feel like it all blended really nicely. I really like the shimmers. I think this is a cute look. Alright, for the next thing, I have the Gloss Supreme Layering Matte and Glow Plush Duet. That is quite a name. And I got the shade 01 Sandy Chic Cheek. So there are 3 colorways in this one. I found it really hard to choose. Like, it all looked really interesting. The number 2 even seemed to have a little bit of a greenish champagne leaning green kind of shift in the cream. But this is a duo that is both a very balmy cream product, like very shiny, very balmy. And then we also have a matte powder, and you kind of have to layer them. You have to use them together. And I'm kind of thinking like, how is that gonna work? There's not really a explanation with this. Let's see if the website has anything to say. Okay, it says you can use it 3 different ways, but it doesn't really say which ways. But I guess they mean like the one separate, and together. But it doesn't really say like, should you use the powder first? Should you use the cream first? Like with a Patrick Ta, for example, you do the powder first and then the cream. But with a lot of formulas, you do it the other way. I picked this shade because I thought this matte shade looked kind of like a bronzer, and I felt like then I could use this one kind of mixed in as kind of like that sunburned blush situation. But as I said, the other shades also looked really nice. I think I am gonna try the more balmy creamy shade first. It melts under your finger. It is such a melty formula. It feels so kind of like sticky melty. Like the Made by Mitchell Comet case is nothing on this. Like, okay, no wait. It feels a little similar to the formula of the Curve case by Made by Mitchell, if you're familiar with that. Like when you blend it out, it starts looking and feeling less sticky. But when you first apply it, it's like, wow. This is so extremely glossy glowy though. Like that is a extremely glowy cheek. And I went in a little bit. I took a little bit. And I just kind of like pat that. But I feel like if you would swipe it more, you could lose a little bit more of the like tacky feeling, because it is very tacky. This is not gonna dry down. I can tell you that already. Okay, I'm gonna like blend this out a little bit with a clean brush. I just feel like that would work the best. Kind of like those edges. Sometimes when you have the same brush and you keep blending with that same brush, it kind of like takes the whole situation too far. So this is what I've been doing a lot. This is really pretty actually. That's so stunning. Okay, do I once again need all 3 shades of blush? Look at that glow. It is not, I would say, a very shimmery blush. It is definitely glowy in the formula, but also in the pigment, but it's kind of like that shine glow. It's not like a shimmer glow. Let's do a little bit of a zoom. That is actually looking really good. I do not feel like this is really emphasizing anything in a really weird way. It is like relatively flattering for what it is. I think this is looking so nice. And I have a highlighter from this collection, but that is gonna be unnecessary. I'm gonna apply it, but it's gonna be unnecessary. All right, we're gonna go with the matte side. Seems I wasn't intrigued for nothing. Okay, and ooh, that seems pretty pigmented. Ooh. I'm gonna start out a little over here. Maybe it's a little too peachy to be a bronzer on me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to blend it out and see. That is blending out really nicely though. It is very pigmented. Just taking a little bit back here. Like a little goes a long way with both of these products. But I feel like they are relatively easy to work with for how pigmented they are. A little blend. Okay, those are the cheeks. I feel like this looks magical. It is not as sticky as I would expect it. Keep in mind I have dry skin, but why does this feel almost dry? This feels less sticky, I think, than the Made by Mitchell. Like, it's still creamy. I'm not gonna like think this is absolutely transfer proof, but I'm just so impressed by Kiko blushes. How do they keep doing this? This is stunning. This is absolutely beautiful. I can see this becoming a favorite quickly. All right, brows are also on. We are moving on to the Gloss Supreme Dewy Glow Face Highlighter. They have 2 shades in this. I got 01 and this was, I believe, called? This was called Candy Sheen. There's also a champagne shade. I went for the more pinky shade, but both of these swatched so beautifully that I kind of wanted to grab them both right there, right then. But I decided to be good, relatively, and just to try it first and then see if I want another shade. But this swatched so magically beautifully. I cannot wait to put this on my face. I hope this is gonna be good. Of course, we already have a lot of glow going on, so we're gonna see like if this is gonna even mesh together. I think I'm just gonna try and apply this directly, but I don't think I would try that with a lot of products combined because this is so balmy. I would be a little scared that it picks up too much, but because the thing that is underneath is as balmy as this one, I think it's gonna be like pretty easy to blend together. And I think I was right. Like that is blending together really easily. I feel like this is a very similar formula to that blush. Very sheeny, no shimmery, but it's kind of like it's balmy in the formula, but then it's also the pigment that is also very like glowy, not shimmery. So if you want something that almost looks a little bit like wet and sweaty on the face, then this is your highlighter. So that is the highlighter. I mean, whew, that is glowy. I want to try a little bit of this right over here and a little bit right over here. I feel like this is gonna look like, okay, it's very glowy, but it looks very like natural in a way because it's not like that metallic highlight. It is just, it's very like balmy glossy. Okay, that once again looks really beautiful. Very wet, very kind of like that sweaty look. Okay, I also have 2 lip products from this collection. There are even more lip products. There were so many lip products. I decided to just get 2 just to kind of like see what's going on. I cannot buy everything from every collection, even though I would really want to. So this really made me very intrigued. This is the Gloss Supreme Watery Touch Lip Stylo. I haven't seen anything like this from Kiko Milano as well. So this is a very melty lip product, and a type of lip product that you can turn up, but you can turn down. Makes me think very much of the MAC ones that everyone turned up like too high, then they broke off and everyone's like, MAC, what are you doing to me? But it's a type of formula. It's so soft, it is so melty. You have to be careful with it, but it intrigued me so much. I was like, is Kiko finally like jumping on the trends? I feel like sometimes they're a little like behind, they're just doing their own thing. So not really like behind, but they just are pretty true to themselves and their formulas that they love to do. So yeah. Let's see what this is about. Like, I've never tried anything like this from Kiko Milano. It's very sheer. And it just melts on the lips. This one is also called Translucent Mauve. It feels kind of watery on the lips. But like in a good way. It feels really nice. And it looks really nice. This looks really good. This looks really good, I have to tell you. Like, that is a gloss in a stick. That is truly a gloss in a stick. Like, I feel like Kiko Milano has had really good shiny lip formulas, but they've had them for a long time. And they aren't really like this modern, more sheer gloss in a stick type of formula. But this really is that. This is so beautiful. This collection is why I love Kiko Milano so much. This is why I keep reviewing them. This is why I still get excited, because what they do well. Alright, I also have another lip product, and I'm kind of sad that I have to take this one off, but we're gonna try this one as well. This is the Gloss Supreme Color Glaze Lip Lacquer, and this is a super pigmented, glossy, like liquid lipstick kind of product. It is so pigmented, it is so glossy. All the shades in this are pretty pigmented and are pretty deep. So if you're more into kind of like light, soft nude shades, it's gonna be a bit of a tough range to pick a shade from. Like, I tried, like I usually go for the lighter nude, like the lighter pinky nude shades, but this one was the one that I ended up with because it was all very bright. Smells really nice. I have a very sensitive nose, but I can never tell you what something actually smells like. But it smells very good. Like, usually I find Kiko Milano lip products to smell too florally, but this actually smells really good. Like, this I'm a fan of. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. By the way, I got the shade 04 Scarlet Ink. I forgot to tell you the name. I'm gonna just put it on like directly without lip liner, but I can imagine that this is the type of formula that needs a lip liner. Oh, I love this shade. Okay, this would definitely be easier with a lip liner, but I'm actually, once again, very impressed with how this feels. It doesn't feel like super slippery. It does feel like it's gonna kind of like grip onto the lips and not be like super smeary. Nothing on the teeth yet. It's a little scary, but I think this is such a beautiful shade. I really like this toned down kind of red, and that is something that I personally really like. If I go for a red, it's something like this. I am very impressed so far. Like, I'm gonna do a little bit of a wear test with this one. Like, I'm gonna keep it on, I'm gonna eat something later. If I don't remember to put a pinned comment, please remind me, ask me. I'm gonna share with you like how this kind of will work. And that is gonna be it for the Gloss Supreme collection. I feel like the look came out beautifully. I love this type of very glossy cheek. It's just so glossy, and right now it feels dry. I have a feeling that I'm gonna buy all of the shades of those duos because it looks wet, but it is like basically dry. Like, it's not a cream to powder by any means. It's not a powder feel, but it feels really good on my cheeks. Okay, I don't think I have anything bad to say about any of these products. The eyeshadow palette, amazing. The duo, the blush duo, beautiful. The highlighter, beautiful. The liner worked also really well, beautifully pigmented. I love the shade of that one. And the lip products, both so far, I think are very cute. And just everything is so different for Kiko Milano. Not the palette, but the rest. I feel like they really stepped it up. Really did some innovation for the brand. And it gets me super excited. And I'm happy that everything actually works. That it's not like a smeary mess, but it actually feels like this is gonna stay on my skin for a bit, like it's not gonna slip off. All right, that's gonna be everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.